This product is called a Glogster. This is another online tool that students can use to create presentations. We used it for the machine dissection project-based learning unit. Two students that use this, Macy and Emio, chose to do Glogster as sixth graders. Glogster is kind of like an interactive online poster that you can put images, text, animations, and links on. So it starts out here at the top, and they took apart a machine that was a copy machine. And it was a big copy machine. It was quite the ordeal. In this corner, they've got the history of printing, which would be the technology that leads up to the copier, starting out from wood block printing, all the way up to digital press, and even mentioning 3D printing when dot matrix came to be. So they did some research to create a timeline about just the process of printing in itself. Over here is Chester Carlson, who is a figure that was important in the creation of photocopying. James Watt. Here you've got an interactive link. Anything on here that's interactive, you'll see this highlighter circle come on. This means it's clickable. This will take you to the website How Stuff Works, and you can read the technicalities of how a copier actually functions. And we'll go back. Some of the things that might cause a copier system to fail, including water falling, obviously syrup or mac and cheese getting in it, missing a part, low ink, overheating. Over here there's a link to a movie about the early days of Xerox and how that company came to be and their products were developed. It says skip the people talking, which means the ad at the beginning. I've got it linked already up here so we can skip the ad. But it's a great film, starts out with black and white footage of the early days of Xerox and takes it up to modern day. Obviously, they're talking about Xerox because it's one of the more well-known copier manufacturers. Over here, they were asked to think about and project forward what they see in the future for the technology of copying. They're saying they think copiers will be smaller because this one was gigantic. Maybe they could be portable, they could have a touch screen, something that maybe it was faster and just had one button or had a voice command so it would know what you wanted. And they were talking about at least maybe a copier that uses a little less ink or no ink at all, and that has to do with the fun we had with toner accidentally when we were taking this apart, which we'll get to a little later. Over here, we've got a link to the parts. They created a second glog that was linked to the first one, and they kept this one private so that you couldn't get to it on its own. You had to go to the other one first. Now, one of the quirks with Glogster is sometimes your pages don't load completely. And you see here we're actually missing a couple of the images. We'll try reloading it. There we go. No clue why this happens, but it happens a lot. It kind of drives the kids nuts. So you need to warn them ahead of time that that is sort of a quirk. So here they're taking pictures of the parts. These are all pictures from their actual machine they took apart. They describe what it is and what it does. A little note to the teachers there because this was their last year in the program because they were getting ready to go to middle school. Here's Macy working on the copier. It was a big copier. And this is the ink cartridge. And they're saying this is one of our biggest obstacles. They spent 3 days on the ink cartridge dissecting and, well, cleaning up. We didn't know this, but inside of a copier is an ink cartridge that has dry toner, which is also magnetic, which means if you break it open, it sticks to absolutely everything that would normally be attracted to a magnet. So it was all over the tools, it was all over the parts, it was, I don't know, I think it's still all over the room 2 years later. So if you have students take apart any kind of copier, whether it's a normal copy machine or it's an inkjet printer or anything that has a cartridge or toner in it, take it out first. Oh my gosh, we've had some exciting incidents with burst inkjet toner blocks and dry toner. Not a good thing. But anyway, Glogster is a great tool. It's changed over the years. You don't have as many options with the free program as you used to, but it's certainly a tool worth looking into if you have access to some funds. The kids love making them, and it's a really simple way for them to create websites of their own.